So morning all, welcome to the morning after show, the morning after the night before, and Manchester United have beaten Newcastle 4-1 at Old Trafford on the day. Obviously the big news, the big game news, the big topic situation was that Ronaldo was making his second debut for Man United, returning to Old Trafford. The Crown Prince of Portugal is back in the Premier League. It's good to see him back in the league, to be fair. Although I didn't want him to succeed yesterday, and I was sort of hoping someone would go through the back of him and clatter him within the first few minutes and send him limping off. But it wasn't to be. His two outstanding contributions to the game swayed the game and really killed us. So I'm just going to run through the 5 goals. Then we'll look at the players individually. So the first goal was Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. It was Mason Greenwood came in on his left foot off the right, a bit like Arjen Robben used to do, and hit a shot. It was slightly deflected, but it didn't really change. It wasn't an obvious, like the, was it Ferran Torres or Cancelo scored against us at St James's last season? It wasn't that bad. And Freddie Woodman goes to like cricket catch it with like one knee down, like you're supposed to with shots that are spilling towards you, and just completely gets it wrong, and it lands right to, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. It was Johnny on the spot. No one else moved. No one else anticipated. He was ready. Bosh, right before half time, killer. So second half, we looked bright. We threat on the counter attack like we had all game. To be fair, not consistently all game, but when we had our moments, we looked bright. Miggy Almiron gets the ball. I think Joe Willock pinches the ball in midfield. Miggy Almiron gets it and just goes. He goes past about 3 Man United players, spreads it to ASM, who runs, stands his man up, flicks a nice little ball, the outside of his foot, to the right wing position. And who's there? Javier Manquillo takes a good touch, and then beautiful goal. Great finish right into the far corner for his first Newcastle goal. We're up. We're back in the game, 1-1. 6 minutes later, somebody gives the ball away. I can't remember who. And it's sprayed wide to the left wing. Who's there again? Cristiano Ronaldo. Takes a touch, gets in the box. Like he's done so many times. Left foot, smashes the ball towards the goalkeeper, goes through his legs. Not great. And that's that in the back of the net. Ronaldo's on a hat-trick. 6 minutes after we scored through Javier Manquillo, we're pegged back to 2-1. 3-1 now. I didn't see this in live time because my stream lagged, but I saw the replay about 10 times. The ball's got to Bruno Fernandes, and he's about 20-25 yards out, has all the time and space in the world. No one challenges him. I looked at Miggy, was sort of like leaning forward, watching him, and no one made the attempt to close him down, put any pressure, and as a result, he's whipped it into the top corner. Fabulous strike, but like I said, very, very avoidable through some pressure, some closing down, some pressing, someone flinging themselves to block it. And as a result, he could have turned and then someone else could have been on him, but that's that. 4th goal, probably the pick of the bunch. Jesse Lingard finds himself with the ball in the box with like 4 Newcastle players around him. Swivels, turns, bangs it in. Bosh, there you go. 5 goals on the day for Manchester United, 1 for Newcastle. And that was that. So, looking through the players individually, you got Freddie Woodman in goal. Then we had 5 at the back. I thought it might have been 4 at the back because I saw Isaac Hayden. But it was 5 at the back. With Matt Ritchie left wing back, Javier Manquillo right wing back, Hayden, Lascelles and Clark, 3 centre halves. Then you had Willock, Almiron and Sean Longstaff in midfield. Then ASM and Joe Linton up top. Now I was hoping it was going to be a 4-2-3-1, but it was more of a 3-5-1-1 or 3-6-1. With at times Joe Linton, when we were really under the cosh, dropped back into midfield, and we just left ASM up top, which when we were under the cosh, it worked quite well because we loaded the midfield. We constantly left ASM as a threat with his pace up top. Therefore, Varane and in particular Harry Maguire couldn't sort of join the midfield because they were wary about him on the break. So individually, let's get the worst out of the way first, shall we? Freddie Woodman. Now, big sympathiser of his in the Friday reflections. Everything I've said, you know, he's not had an easy start to his Newcastle career. Conceded 8 goals in 3 games. Faced penalties in each of his games. You know, penalty against West Ham, penalty against Villa, penalty against Southampton, penalty shootout against Burnley. I more than half expected Man United to get a penalty, and they didn't. But the first goal, man alive, you got to do better there, pal. Yeah, like I said, it's a fairly tame shot towards him. He's ready to collect it. It takes a slight deflection, very, very, very slight, and it just seems like completely wrong foots him. Like he's like frozen in time, mystified, and he spills it from his left palm out towards his right, and Cristiano Ronaldo's there. I don't really remember him making many saves. You know, most of the Man United shots were wayward. The second goal, again, it goes through his legs, and he'll be disappointed. The commentators were disappointed with him. But like I said to my brother earlier, and I said to somebody else yesterday, the Man United fan I was watching it with, I was like, how many times, especially for Real Madrid, have you seen Ronaldo from that left position smash it through a goalkeeper's legs? You know, he's proven to do it. He's the greatest goal scorer we've ever seen. So you give Freddie a little bit of leeway, but he should have done better with that. So with Freddie, I said before the game, I was like, I don't think we should rush Darlow back in just because he's fit. You know, Freddie hasn't done anything wrong. Now he has 2 goals, which potentially broken us. So I think you give him a start against Leeds, see how he gets on. If he fucks up again, sorry, pal, but Norwich is a fucking 6-pointer. We need to win that game, and we can't afford to be left behind, so we'll see. The 5 defenders I thought did okay. Richie was steady, didn't get as many balls into the box as I would have liked, but he was steady, he did okay. He let Mason Greenwood in on that first goal, let him back inside. Disappointed, but he was okay. Not one of his worst days at all. Now, the 3 centre-backs did very well. To the point where I would suggest we play those 3. Unless one of the other centre-backs really rises to the occasion, I think we should play those 3 against the bigger teams. Clark did well. Lascelles did well. Hayden did fine. Okay, they tired towards the end. They're being run ragged by the pace, the movement of Bruno Fernandes, of Jesse Lingard and such. Martial. But all 3, I can't remember any massive mistakes. There was a couple of headers from, I think, Kieran Clark that went straight up in the air. You know, but all in all, those 3 did okay. And it's weird to say that we conceded 4 goals, but 3 of those goals were very avoidable. Yeah, it's good to see Jamal Lascelles back playing decent. You know, there was a lot of talking, a lot of organisation. There was a lot of indirect defending to be done, sort of like Maldini style, you know, marshalling and just closing down the space, closing off passing lanes, as opposed to just, you know, getting in, tackling and getting rough with them. So it was a considered, confident, competent display of defending today. Unfortunately, the scoreline doesn't tell you that. Javier Manquillo, goal scorer, first goal for Newcastle. Congratulations, Mr. Manquillo. Lovely goal. So he broke forward, he supported ASM. He needed support. The pass came, great touch, and I half expected him to shoot it straight at the goalkeeper or spoon it over, and he just perfect finish. You know, if that was Callum Wilson, you'd say bread and butter striker's textbook finish, and it was right in the corner. I thought he did well all game. We all know he's not a proficient attacking right wing back like shown in the past. However, yesterday he did well. He supported when he needed to support. Didn't get many balls in the box, but then again, our striker didn't spend a lot of time in the box. I thought he did fine. You know, Jadon Sancho was playing off the left to begin with, and he didn't have a great game, and I think a large part of that is due to Javi Manquillo. You know, he didn't do anything magical, didn't smash him or dominate him like Wan-Bissaka used to when he was at Palace, but just didn't let him play. Closing down, needs closing down, let him go when he could afford to. Great performance, and I think Jacob Murphy, you're going to have to do something special when you come on the pitch to get that place back, because he was good yesterday at Manquillo. Well done. 3 midfielders again. Miggy, I'll start with him, had his best game for 18 months, in my opinion. I said in the Friday Reflections I don't want to see him anywhere near that starting lineup, and wow, proved me wrong. Fantastic. You know, tireless in defence. I think my main frustration with him is he does a lot of running around, but he doesn't make the good decisions right. Now, it shows for the goal, he was the one who passed the ball to the assister. I don't think he flourishes or proves himself very well when he is the one making the assist. You know, he's the one who passed the penultimate pass, right? And, you know, he flew past people. He mugged off Aaron Maguire several times. You know, flew past Varane at times. You know, made Matic look like a statue. His dribbling and his directness with the ball. But I'll say with the ball in hand then, this isn't rugby. But with when he was dribbling was fantastic. Really good. Had one shot which was blocked. Would love to see him score in the next game because he was fantastic yesterday. Really, really good. The three in midfield worked quite well, considering, you know, there was a lot of defending to be done, and not one of them's a defensive midfielder as such. Sean Longstaff had his best game for a while. Lost the ball a few times. I've noticed he does this quite a lot, and it's usually when he's making a pass to the fullback, he does a blind pass. He doesn't look, and he got caught out a couple of times yesterday. I think giving it to Ronaldo. You know, Sean, just look, or someone communicate to him, you know, because he had a fine game. He had some good tackles, press well, never give in. Passing was decent again. You know, he can still improve. Like I said, he's given the ball away 2 or 3 times a game, which is avoidable. You know, if you get caught in possession and someone tackles you with a thumping tackle, you'll say fair enough. But, you know, he's receiving the ball from, say, Joe Willock, and he's playing it behind him, and he's just playing that ball. He's not even looking. It's just a quick look, and then, you know. Joe Willock, I thought first 20 minutes was very quiet, but he was good. He showed another side to his game. Both the midfielders, Willock and Longstaff, got into the box in the first half and could have got shots on target. Sean went to come inside the defender, sort of did it and then slipped. So could have been Joe Willock, should have squared it to Gillint and blazed it over the bar. But Willock, the main thing for me is he showed another side to his game. He showed that he can tackle. I can think of at least 3 times. He took the ball off Bruno Fernandes. He took the ball off Matic, off Pogba. You know, he made good tackles in the midfield, and then we sprung from that. Now, if you said to me before the game that you'd be doing that, I'd said no, it's not his game, but he did well. ASM was a threat. Frustrating at times in the first half. He just hung on to the ball far too long. But this is the problem. He's so fast. Not many players can keep up with him. And he does always like to take it on. I just think sometimes, you know, we could do with that real personality in midfield who he respects enough to trust with the ball. So I don't think he trusts certain players with the ball. You know, he backs himself to do what's best for the team. When Wilson's playing, you can see there's something else there. He will, you know, Wilson will demand the ball and he'll give it to him. But again, great in midfield. There was one bit of skill, I can't remember who it was, or Bruno Fernandes, where he just sent him to the shot. It was brilliant, a little feint. Dribbling was really good, direct. Got the assist in the end. You know, he made the right decision just when I thought he was going to do what he'd done before in the game and cling on to it too long, blocked. He released Manquillo, perfect timing. Stood the defender up, released him around the back, perfect weight on the pass. It was only a little pass, but it could have been overhit. He was enthusiastic, he showed for the ball. When Jacob Murphy came on and just shot the ball down the channel, and he couldn't make it. You know, he didn't throw his arms in the air. You could tell he was frustrated, but he encouraged the lads. And he's starting to become a real leader on the pitch, which is nice to see. Joe Linton. Had a decent game by Joe Linton's standards. You know, but yeah, didn't give the ball away that much. Wasn't really in the game at times, but worked, competed in the air. Some nice little touches. Had chances. You know, he had one in the first half, which you knew he was just going to spoon it off to the left. You knew it was just going to drag wide. Knew it. You've seen it so many times against Sheffield United a couple of seasons ago, all last season. He did have a chance where he did the hard bit. He came inside Varane and then just shot it straight at the goalkeeper. Now, Joe Linton, like I said, by his standards, I thought he had quite a good game. But he cannot start against Leeds. I'm sorry. I know Dwight Gale is not Callum Wilson's standard. Dwight Gale is not, you know, a player who's going to get us double figures in the Premier League. But whilst Wilson is injured, if we want to score goals, we cannot play Joe Linton up front on his own. It doesn't work. I'd rather you play ASM through the middle and put him out wide, or play Miggy in that false 9 or something, but it just does not work. Sorry, Joe. So if we're serious about staying in this league, we need to either buy or loan a proper Premier League striker. And I'm not saying someone of Wilson's level or someone of, I'm trying to think, Antonio's level or Danny Ings' level, but, you know, someone like Pookie. I know Norwich aren't going to sell him because he's their primary striker, but Pookie or an Adam Armstrong, someone like that, you know, who is going to be content to not sit on the bench, but they're going to understand, look, we know I'm back up to Callum Wilson, but I'm prepared to fight for my place and sit on the bench and bide my time. Because, I'm sorry, but Joe Linton, you feel for him because he does the hard bit, but he keeps getting chances. He keeps getting put in these positions, and it's 1 goal out of 10 attempts. You know, I think of the chances he had against Villa last season. A couple of chances yesterday. You know, Callum Wilson would have scored that second one, surely. Joe Willett would have scored that second one. You know, he's getting the chances, but, you know, we're 5 games in now with 1 point. Looking at Leeds next game, who are the perfect style to beat us. And we need to start scoring goals, need to start converting these chances, because we don't know how long Wilson's going to be out. Thigh injury. And even if he's back soon, he's going to be injured again at some point during the season, you know. It's just the way he is. He doesn't do a full season uninjured. He's going to get injured at some time. His thigh's going to go or his hamstring's going to go. So we need someone reliable who can bang that ball in that net. And if Steve Bruce does not fancy Dwight Gale, which he's shown, because last season, I can remember the odd times he did play him, he put him on for the last half a minute, or he played him on the wing. So he clearly doesn't rate him. Fine. Let's have someone else. Let's get someone from the Championship if needs be. Someone who can score 5, 6, 7 goals if Wilson's going to be out for a prolonged period of time. Subs. I know we went to Fort the Bat and Jamal Lewis came on. Jeff Hendrick came on at one point. Oh, I can't remember who else. I think that was it. But too late. Too late. You should have put subs on near enough as soon as it went 2-1, really. And brought people on and try and change the game. But that's that. Steve Bruce didn't agree with his starting team selection to start with. Obviously, I don't agree with him picking Joe Linton, but the lads did well, so you've got to give him a decent, you know, respect for that. Got spiky when he was asked about going on holiday. Didn't deny it. Said they've been in everyday training. But, and like the guys I was with yesterday, one's West Ham fan, my best mate, and one's Man United, saying, oh, you know, is he not entitled to holidays under pressure? I was like, well, no, we're 4 games in. Just had the summer off. 4 games in. Fucking joke. Going on holiday. When you got, like I said, you got 2 weeks to prepare. 2 weeks extra. Or a week extra, whatever, to prepare for a game. And you're not making the most out of that time. Joke. Anyway, Leeds are up next. Friday night football. Looking forward to that. It'll be difficult because Leeds, like I said, they've just got that perfect style to beat us. I think man to man, we've got the same amount of quality as them. There's not a lot in it. But stylistically, they're the perfect team to beat us. Big game at St James's Park. But yeah, so to wrap it up, disappointed. The scoreline, I thought 2-1 or 3-1 was fair. 4-1 feels unjust. Decent try, boys, yesterday. Decent performance. 3 avoidable goals. That's the way it is, isn't it? Viva Ronaldo. See you later.